Tonight, the tributes continue to pour in as many across the nation share their fond memories of Henry Louis Hammerin' Hank Aaron.
The home run king died today at the age of 86. Aaron broke the record for all-star appearances and, of course, most famously, broke Babe Ruth's career home run record back on an April 9th in 1974. He spent his entire career, the vast majority of it with the Braves organization, beginning in Milwaukee and then moving with the franchise to Atlanta. Aaron retired officially from the sport in '76 with a then record 755 career homers. The iconic cleanup hitter was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame back in '82. Aaron would later say that historic summer of '74 almost, in fact, led him away from baseball.
Yeah, so this is what he said. It really made me see for the first time a clear picture of what this country is about. My kids had to live like they were in prison because of kidnap threats, and I had to live like a pig in a slaughter camp. I had to duck. I had to go out the back door of the ballparks. I had to have a police escort with me all the time. I was getting threatening letters every single day. All these things have put a bad taste in my mouth, and it won't go away. They carved a piece of my heart away.
Hammerin' Hank Aaron had such an impact on and off the field. And I'm joined now by Bob Kendrick, president of the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum, to talk more about his life and legacy. Thanks for being with us, sir. We certainly appreciate it.
Oh, thanks for having me.
What was your reaction when you heard he's such just a towering figure in sports, in baseball, what he represented to so many people, the barriers he broke? How do you encapsulate what his life meant to the sport and to the country?
It really is difficult to bring it all in perspective. Henry Aaron is not only one of the greatest players in Major League Baseball history. Henry Aaron is one of the greatest human beings to ever walk the face of this earth. And what Henry Aaron left us is so much bigger than the game of baseball. Henry Aaron is a civil rights icon. Henry Aaron was a philanthropist, a humanitarian, a tremendously successful businessman who never lost his sense of self and who understood that his life works were about helping others, trying to help those who had been marginalized in this country by the color of their skin gain equality in this country. And oh, by the way, just happened to be one heck of a ball player, you know, that gave him a platform. And so it is hard to really put into words what Henry Aaron's life was all about. And I'm just happy, you know, even in the midst of the sadness of losing this iconic figure, someone who I idolized as a kid growing up in small town Georgia, Crawfordville, Georgia, 80 miles away from Atlanta. He was my all-time favorite Major League Baseball player, my childhood idol. And it's not often in this life that you get to meet your idol and then your idol lives up to what you had hoped they would be. And in the case of Henry Aaron, he far exceeded everything that I even hoped in getting the opportunity when I did to meet my idol.
Oh, that is such a beautiful memory. I love that you said that. And when you read about his life and you read about that historic run up to breaking Babe Ruth's record, you realize the hate and the racism that surrounded that drive for him to get there because he had the audacity to be good enough to break a white man's record in baseball. Yeah. Stunning when you think about it in '74. And, well, we showed an earlier interview with him tonight on the show where he said he really couldn't enjoy the moment because he was scared for his life, his family's life, as he was making that climb to that April 9th in '74. With time, what perspective do you think he gained on that moment once he was years away from it?
It literally took him 25 years. I remember in 1999, and Major League Baseball was celebrating the 25th anniversary of him breaking Ruth's record. And the Kansas City Royals hosted Mr. Aaron in KC, and they arranged his first ever visit to the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum. And guess who got to take him on the tour?
Oh,
you got it.
Yes.
Yours truly. So I'm touring my childhood idol through the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum. The only time that I've ever been starstruck was around Henry Aaron, and I was still starstruck to the very day that this man left us. He had that kind of impression. But I recall him sitting there on stage as we had a public conversation with him, And honestly, I think it was his first opportunity to finally exhale and celebrate this major accomplishment, a record that no one thought would be broken. And the thought of a black man in the Deep South doing it did not sit well. And he was under countless death threats. As you all mentioned in the lead in, his family is in hiding. He doesn't know if he's going to make it around the base pass. And please understand, in the Deep South in 1970, you didn't take death threats idly. Here's a man who had witnessed Martin Luther King's assassination. He had seen John F. Kennedy assassinated. He saw Malcolm X assassinated. So no, there are no idle death threats. So no, it was relief. It wasn't joy to break the record. It was relief that he was able to get it done. And when he circles those bases in 1974, this kid in Crawfordville, Georgia, was circling the bases with him in my mother's living room.
I love that, man. Let me ask you, we have a little bit of time left. Let me ask you this. How will the museum honor him, do you think? Anything special? I know COVID makes everything difficult these days, but what are you thinking about you may do?
Well, you know, naturally, we're dedicating this entire year to the memory of Henry Aaron, and we'll continue to do what he wanted us to do, and that is to continue to recognize and elevate the awareness of those who played in the Negro Leagues, where his roots began. 1952, with the Indianapolis Clowns. And when he left the Negro Leagues to go into Major League Baseball, his success also was reflective of those in the Negro Leagues who never got that opportunity. And that was never lost on Mr. Aaron. So we'll dedicate this year in his memory, and everything that we do will be motivated to make sure that those heroes of the Negro Leagues are not forgotten, because that's exactly what he wanted.
Bob, thank you so much for sharing your time and for your memories of Hank tonight. That was incredible. I love talking to you about this, and may we all be lucky enough to grow up, excuse me, meet one of our heroes and have them live up, like you said, to what we've built up in our head for them to be. So what a beautiful memory you have of him. Thank you, sir, so much.
Thank you. My pleasure. Thank you all for having me.
Absolutely. Take care.